Holy Gospel according to Saint Luke. Then there will be signs in sun and moon and stars, and on the earth anguish of perplexed nations when they hear the roaring of the sea and its waves. People will faint with fear at the mere thought of what is to come upon the world, for the forces of the universe will be shaken. And at this time they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. So when you see things begin to happen, stand erect and lift up your heads, for your deliverance is drawing near. Be on your guard. Don't immerse yourselves in a life of pleasure, drunkenness, and worldly cares, lest that day catch you unaware like a trap. For like a snare will that day come upon all the inhabitants of the earth. But watch at all times and pray, that you may be able to escape all that is going to happen, and to stand before the Son of Man. The Gospel of the Lord.
In today's Gospel, Jesus gave us a frightening picture that illustrates fear. There will be signs in sun and moon and stars, and on the earth anguish of perplexed nations when they hear the roaring of the sea and its waves. It is scary to think about that put us into fear of the future and put us in fear of life itself. Fear is a common symptom where people at this trying time fear to be contaminated by the COVID-19 that frightens us to move out to do our normal way of doing the mission. The existing fear for the people, mostly in losing a job or loved ones, it is so deeply rooted with fear. We usually search for relief by asking God for His assistance in our day-to-day living. People will faint with fear at the mere thought of what is to come upon the world, for the forces of the universe will be shaken. Dwelling in this passage creates fear itself, as we are going to enter into contemplation what might come to be. It might be an exaggeration, this prophecy of Jesus, of what is going to happen in the near future, but not at present moment. Similar to this fear is the present spread of the Delta virus that frightened people to contaminate the so-called airborne virus. The present reality disturbs us and even distress many of us, as it causes death. These scientific predictions, which make us fear what is really happening now, the war and the pandemic, tremendously affect people's lives and experience great anxiety of being contaminated by the virus that causes a lot of fatalities. The painful process of restoration of the damage from the effect of pandemic, which causes a lot of inner fear of humanity to die due to this virus. This verse when Jesus says, "So when you see things begin to happen, stand erect and lift up your heads, for your deliverance is drawing nearer." It comes to us, the word of Jesus, as the reassurance of God's mercy and graciousness. When you see those signs, stand erect. Christ urged us to put aside our fears and embrace challenges in our life with the spirit of hope, trusting God's goodness and believing in God's promise that ultimately prevail. Watch at all times and pray. We are preparing the Advent season in a special way of the awesome good news that the Son of Man dwells among us. Christ is in our midst, urging us to put aside all our fears, for He is coming soon. Let us be hopeful and trustful to God to have better humanity and a better world, and the Prince of Peace, Jesus Christ, will come to heal us.